Hi everyone, it's Sensei Maddy with another Roblox tutorial, and today we're going to talk about how to make a glowing light with for loops. So the first step is to open up a template and then go to the View tab and click on Explorer. And in Explorer you won't find any parts because this is a new template, so we're going to select Lighting and then go to the top menu right next to Explorer and click on Properties. And here, under Data, you're going to find a property called Clock Time, and this controls the brightness of the Roblox world you are working on, so we're going to change this to 0, so it is easier to see our glowing lights. And even though the screen looks completely dark, trust me, your Roblox world is still there. So the next step is to add a part, so you go back to the Home menu and create a block. This block is going to serve as our light, so I'm going to use the Scale tool to make it just a little bit bigger. Awesome, so your Properties tab on the right should still be open, and now that we have selected this part, under Appearance there should be a property called Brick Color. If you click on the right side, there should now be a hexagon-shaped menu of colors, so you can choose one that you want your light to be. Now go to the bottom right side of your screen, and there should be a tab called Explore, so we're going to click on that, and now you're back in the Explore menu, and as you can see there's a new part, so double click on it and rename it to be Lamp. Next, we are going to click on the plus sign right next to the lamp and search for PointLight. And when you find it, click on it, and now there's a PointLight part underneath our lamp object. Whenever you're building a light source, you're going to need a PointLight part because that is where the light is emitted from. Okay, so now we're going to select the PointLight part and go down to the bottom right side of the screen and click on Properties. Now you go to the brightness, select it, and then use the scrolling tool to make it a little bit over 8. And as you can see, your lamp part is a lot lighter. Once again, go to the Explorer tab, and then under our lamp part, click the plus sign and add a script. Let's rename the script to be GlowScript, so if we need to change anything, we know exactly which script controls the lights. And remember, in order to rename, you just double click and then you type over the old name. Great, so now let's get into the script. We are first going to delete the print hello world statement because that's not relevant to the glowing lights. And now we're going to type in local light part equals script.parent, and then in the next line, local light equals light part dot point light. And what we've done here is created variables to store the lamp object and the point light part. Next, we're going to create a variable that stores how much the light's brightness will change each time, and we do that by typing local brightness change equals 1. And we're going to create a second variable that stores how many seconds before the light will change in brightness, so the interval time, and we do that by typing local time change equals 1. The reason why we use variables to store these two values is because it makes it very easy to change the numbers if needed. Now we are going to need two for loops, and both have a control variable called currentBrightness. And as this variable increases, the light's brightness will also increase. So you're going to type in for currentBrightness equals 0, 5, brightness change do, and then you click enter and there will be an end statement. And remember, current brightness is going to determine how bright the light is. So it starts at 0, and since brightness changes 1, current brightness will increase by 1 every single time until it reaches 5. So it will increase in brightness 5 times. So now we're going to set the light brightness to be the current brightness by doing light.brightness equals current brightness. And remember, since current brightness is increasing by 1 each time, light brightness will also increase each time. And just so that everything doesn't happen at once, we're going to add a wait function. So we're going to write wait in parentheses time change. And remember that we set time change to be 1 second before. And in order for this loop to repeat multiple times, you need to write while true, do. And now since we have this new while loop, we're going to indent the for loop. So just press the tab, and make sure you press the tab for each of the lines within the for loop as well. And don't forget to press tab for the end statement too. So this for loop increases the brightness of the lamp every 1 second. And now we're going to create a for loop that decreases every 1 second. So within the while true do loop, and underneath the first for loop, type in for current brightness equals 5, 0, negative brightness change do. And notice how we're starting from 5 this time and going down to 0 because we're decreasing in brightness. And now we're using negative brightness change because each time the brightness will change by -1. And again, we're going to use the lines light.brightness equals current brightness, and also wait time change, which is still going to be 1 second in this loop. and make sure you close off the while true do loop with an end. So if you go back to the flat terrain tab and then click play here, we're going to test this out. Okay, so now as you can see, the light is getting dimmer, and then once it hits 0, it's going to increase in brightness once again. And remember that there is a 1-second interval between an increase or a decrease in this lamp's brightness. So that's about it, and I hope this helps you better understand how for loops work on Roblox, and I will see you guys next time.